Hi, I'm Mike Thompson, and welcome to Harbor Freight Things I Love Volume 2. We're going to start with this Portland 14-inch electric chainsaw. I absolutely love this thing. We had an ice storm come through a year ago, and I cut down literally tons of wood, trees, all sorts of stuff. This thing never missed a beat. The one thing I love about electric chainsaws is that anytime you pull the trigger, they go, unlike two-stroke gas ones. Also, this is a lot lighter, so for someone like me who lacks muscles, you can easily one-hand it and get way out here to get things where I couldn't with a gas saw.
This video is not meant to show proper technique. It's meant to show what is possible.
And it'll drink anything I feed it. Bar and chain oil, motor oil, even cooking oil. Like I said, I absolutely love this thing. The only thing that really, though, you gotta kind of watch out for with an electric saw is its power source. Managing a cord when you're inside a big pile of sticks can be a little bit cumbersome. But as long as you're okay with cord management, I just don't think you can beat, for at least around your yard where you have ready access to electricity, you just can't beat an electric saw. It's lightweight, it always goes bang when you pull the trigger, and I just love it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is definitely one of my favorite Harbor Freight tools. The next thing from Harbor Freight I love is the Braun 4-foot LED hanging shop light. 5,000 lumens. I got it for just over 20 bucks. The lights that I had before were their 6500K 2-bulb T12, regular 4-foot fluorescents, 2 per fixture. Those came out of our kitchen renovation a long time ago, so I hung them up in here. These Braun shop lights don't hardwire, so I had to go install an outlet essentially so that I could plug it in. I didn't want to have to hardwire it, so I unhardwired one and then put an outlet in for this. Now, let me show you just how awesome this light is. These over here put out, how many lumens does it say up there? 2180. So 4,360 lumens per fixture on my T12 fluorescents. Check this out. I know, wow, right? Ridiculously bright. Not only that, it's a warmer color temperature. I much prefer this. What I don't like now is the fact that this one and this one don't match. So I'm kind of hoping this one dies before, too long. These were free, they came out of the kitchen. So now what I don't want to do is just, yes, it uses 50 watts less per fixture. But I've done the math, and the break-even point for the savings is about 3 years down the road. And I don't know if we're going to be here that long, in this house at least, to make it worthwhile. But I will gladly replace these fixtures along this side once they die. I absolutely love this light. 5,000 lumens. I mean, that is a ton. It's almost too bright. But if this thing were even higher, it just casts light everywhere. And I actually like the fact that I can, it's plugged in, but it's got a pull chain. So I can, if theoretically everything were these kinds of lights, I could individually mix and match them and get much better video lighting than I've got right now. So I'm actually going to go turn that one back off, leave the camera settings alone, and you can see once again what the difference is. This is actually much better video lighting, and if I'm not doing anything over here, with the drill press or the saw, I actually leave it off most of the time. It's just ridiculously bright. I could point it up and reflect it and get indirect light, which actually might not be too bad. But love this light. I can't wait really for these other ones to go out so I can replace them all with the 4-foot hanging shop light. Now, they have another one that is 2 fixtures. It's, I think, like $10 more, but it only puts out 500 lumens more. So on $1 per lumen, I think this is the absolute best value going. So that's why I bought this one. Super, super happy with it. Let me go show you the one that we got for the garage. Well, another thing from Harbor Freight that I love is this Braun 3-panel light that just screws into a socket. This thing is 8,000 lumens, and it just totally transformed our garage. I thought I was going to have to hang shop lights and stuff all over the place, but I don't have to. You can see how just ridiculously bright it is. The panels can pivot. They're super easy to do. That actually gets a little bit hot, but because this light never shuts off. We leave the garage light on all the time. But Alex picked this thing out. I was going to go with the shop lights. He thought we should try this, and boy, do we love this thing. This light plus the other Braun light we got, I'm totally drinking the Braun light Kool-Aid. Absolutely worth it. So let me show you though what we had kind of before and after. So let me go turn off the light and show you. I'm not going to change any settings on the camera. It doesn't have any sort of auto adjust or anything. So I'm going to turn the light off. You'll see how dark it is. I'll get back up here, you can see, and then I'll put in the light bulb that we had before this thing. Okay, so here's the garage with the light off. I've got a little bit of daylight streaming in over there. That window is about 3 foot by 3 foot, and it's got a white plastic cover over it to diffuse the light and provide privacy. But you can see it's extremely dark in here. You can barely even see me. So now I'm going to replace this light with the compact fluorescent that we had before. And here's the compact fluorescent light that we had before. You can see it's basically pathetic. If it weren't for the light coming in through the window over there, there'd basically be no difference whatsoever. This thing, even when it gets warmed up, it's a 100-watt equivalent. It uses only 23 watts. But as you can see, this half of my face is still pretty much dark. Everything around us is dark here, and it's just pathetic. So let me go back now to my awesome Braun 8000 lumen LED 3-panel light. I'll put it on about there so it doesn't... Well, there you can see just how much brighter the entire garage is. The light's going all the way back there, as you guys can see, and my face is totally blown out. This thing is, I mean, we actually had to loosen it slightly and spin it because we didn't want one of these panels aimed right at the garage door as we walk into the garage and blind us. This thing is just ridiculous. It's super easy to adjust, and I mean, it's as easy as unscrewing the other bulb and screwing this thing in. So I love this Braun 3-panel light. Well, I'm not done yet. Another Harbor Freight thing I love is our 3-inch semi-trash pump. We've used this thing many, many times. Anytime our French drains or whatever get backed up, or if we just need to move a whole bunch of water that's got junk in it, this is our go-to device. Just like the generator back here, its Predator engine starts easily every single time. After just a couple of slow priming pulls and then a quick start pull, it just goes. Now, I think in one of my Fast 5 videos, I showed you guys one of the additions that I made to this. The retractable handle and the wheels. When it's full of gas, it's heavier than I would like to move. And so I went ahead and put wheels and a handle on it because I'd rather roll it than lift it. But this thing just goes. Our 5500 watt generator back here is 11 years old, and it goes just as good as the day we bought it. And so we love those both things. I think I featured this one actually in a previous video, so I'm not going to talk about it, but still love it. This trash pump though, I mean, yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. So this is definitely another one of those things that I think was an excellent value overall. Now, I wish I could tell you that everything from Harbor Freight has been awesome. Unfortunately, we all know that's not true. There's been a couple things that simply were just very pieces of crap, essentially, and I returned. One of which was this thing. It just misfired constantly. And now I've got a whole giant box of coiled nails that I really can't use for anything. When I was putting the shingles up on this shop, I only got about 1/3 of them done before I was just absolutely sick of the misfiring. And so I maybe just had a lemon, maybe they're all like this way, but I didn't want to take the risk. So I took this product back. Another product that I just didn't like at all was this one. Totally flimsy, do not recommend it at all. I was hoping for something a little bit better, but I have since built myself, as you've seen, a much better sander than this thing ever was. Just the belts didn't run true, the little miter gauge and the table or extruded, it just cheap and flimsy. So I definitely got what I paid for with that one. But overall, I've been extremely happy with the Harbor Freight tools. As long as you use tools properly and don't use a wrench as a hammer, I generally don't have any trouble. I hope this list of recommendations helps you guys out a little bit, especially now that it's coming up on Christmas time and you're looking for gifts to buy for people. I'll take gifts. Sure, go ahead and send them my way too. But go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mike Thompson, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.